Hello everyone, welcome back to another Dark Tide video. Today we'll be doing part 2 of the CQC Sentinel Zealot build. Now for this though, we did change our melee weapons as a new weapon has come out since we made the first video, and that is the Relic Blade, which is essentially just a power sword for the Zealot, but also it is just a massive cleaving horde killing machine that can also deal with pretty much everything else in the game as well. Now we will just cover it right off the bat. At least for stat-wise, mobility is the stat that I found to be the least effective, as everything else is super important for this weapon. So if you can try to work it to get a 60% mobility, that would be awesome for you in terms of at least maximizing the damage it can do and the performance it can have. Unless you like a lot of movement, then I guess mobility would be your answer, but there's not really anything else out here I would say that is better to trade off for it. But going into the perks, we have Flak and Carapace. Now the reason Flak and Carapace are so important is that this weapon with Carapace on can 3-shot crushers. And that's very important. And then Flak is just going to cover anything else in case you body shot or if you're dealing with anything that's Flak covered as well. Same thing with Ragers as well, that their head is going to be Flak. But then Crushers as well and Maulers, they both should get 3-shot with it. Now for the blessings, we have Wrath and Cranial Grounding. Wrath is just good for hordes because you can't buff this weapon's cleave otherwise. So going for Wrath is really good because you're already going to have really good cleave, but then with Wrath you're going to have insane amounts of cleave. And you're going to always be able to have max because of how it swings. And then Cranial Grounding because you're going to get weak spot damage stacking up to 20% because of a 5-time stacking. And then it helps reduce your heat buildup by 30%, which is fantastic. The other blessings, there's one that you could argue which gives you heat reduction by 10%, but it lasts over 3 seconds and it does not stack. So it's actually worse than Cranial Grounding, which just gives you more damage and makes your heat build up even slower. Now covering the shotgun. Now everything that I've played with the shotgun has led me to a certain build for it. But we'll go over stats again. Mobility, again, is just not really important for this weapon. You do move fast with it, though, so if you are deciding what to run with, if you're trying to sprint, you can sprint with the sword or you can sprint with the shotgun. I find the shotgun to be faster, so if you're running, you can use it. If you want a little mobility, that's not terrible. However, I would say the mobility is the stat here that you can always get away with having the least amount of. Now for perks. Flak is guaranteed. You must have Flak on this weapon. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can do this. Without the 25% Flak bonus, you cannot one-shot Maulers with a gut shot. And even if you invested into Carapace, Carapace will never get it to one-shot these guys. They just don't take enough damage from the shotgun. But if you gut shot them, it will kill them instantly. Now, in terms of Ragers as well, the Scab Ragers got buffed, so now they have Carapace on them, but if you aim slightly above, up towards the head when they're fighting, you can kill them instantly still. However, this weapon also has the gun butt strike, so you can strike them once, knock them down, and then blast into them. Now you have to make sure you hit them in the head to kill them, but if you need an get off me button, you can do this one time for a little bit, and it'll give you a CC chance to shoot at them and push them off of you. Now the other one is Maniacs or Unyielding. Now the reason why that one is a flex one is based up to what you want and what other weapon you're running as your melee weapon. So we'll go over Running Gun first and both barrels as to why I picked those as blessings. Running Gun because of the spread reduction. It actually does help again with killing Maulers with one shot. With the spread reduction, that allows you to hit them enough in the chest that you can actually kill them instantly. And the spread reduction is really good in case you're firing it farther away. You don't have as much of a miss potential and more of your pellets will hit. And then both barrels, because you are firing this gun at things, you're going to use both barrels a lot of the times. And if that's the case, that 70% reload speed is going to give you a nice reload bonus, as long as there's other talents that we have that will stack with the 70%. So it'll give you an insanely fast reload speed, allowing you to keep shooting things and being able to kill them instantly with it. Now the reason why I say Maniacs are Unyielding for your second perk other than Flak is because of this right here. You can insta-kill Reapers with one shot, however it has to be in their face and to a slight angle. If you fire it head on, there's a chance it won't kill, like that, and then it just takes some more hits to do it. But the reason why I say then you can go into Unyielding is because then you can technically hit them and kill them faster and more efficiently, and it helps you deal with bosses better. But if you trade off Maniacs, you cannot kill a mutant unless it's in the head and at point blank range. Otherwise, any shot you take on a mutant will cause them to not die. It has to be in the head, and most of it in the head, and it has to be in the face. The 25% damage is what you need to hit that threshold where you can kill a mutant with any shot pretty much. So I can even kill him instantly from here in the back. And I don't have any things that make me do extra back damage. So you can see here that the maniac damage lets you be more consistent with mutant killing. The only thing you lose then is killing Reapers and Bulwarks, and then slightly less damage to bosses. And even Bulwarks, if you can get behind them, it's still a 2-shot. And you do have to use 2 bullets, obviously, for each shot. So it technically takes 4 shots of the double barrel. But that will kill them. Now, going over to the Curios here, I'm running Toughness Curios on all of these, but I'm also running 5% health on all of them to give me a little bit more HP to play with, which is helpful in being a tank for the team. But I also have stamina regeneration up to 36%, and I have 60% damage resistance to gunners, since gunners are the biggest threat, and even with Havoc mode being introduced, gunners become the actual biggest threat to anything now. The resistance to gunners is very useful and very important. Now we'll go over to talents. So we'll start with going down the middle line first. Anoint and Blood, which gives us 25% base range damage. The closer we are, again, we're using the double barrel, so we're shooting it at point blank range anyway, so this is just an instant win for us. Then we have Purge of the Unclean, which is 20% increased damage against Infested and Unyielding. Now this is the part here where I said it matters against bosses. Now you can do an additional 25%, which would give you a 45% damage bonus with the shotgun at least, and this lets you hit breakpoints with the Ogrins, the Reapers specifically, if you want to one-shot them. However, if you don't want to go for that and you want to go for the more consistent Maniac kill as you deal with them a lot more frequently, then Purge and Clean is still good because it still gives you bonus damage and it helps you with your Relic Blade and your double barrel to deal with boss enemies. Then we go over to the left, Disdain. For every enemy we hit, we get a 5% damage in our next melee attack. And if we're in a Horde, this is going to be a huge boost in DPS, which is a free 25%. Then we have enemies within, enemies without. You are always going to be surrounded by enemies when there's a Horde, and when there's no Horde, you're not surrounded by enemies, so this perk doesn't need to be active. So when it matters, it's active, and when it doesn't matter, it's not working anyway, so it's fine. Next, we have Toughness Boost, but then here, we have a trade-off. You can go to Vicious Offering or Bleed for the Emperor. Now, when I do my melee combos with the Relic Blade, at least, I do a heavy, light, constant chain. So I'll do a heavy here, then I'll do a light attack, and then I'll do a heavy and a light attack, and I'll do another heavy and a light attack. And you can just keep doing this indefinitely. And the reason why I do this is because it gives me that horizontal swing. But if you were to do Vicious Offering, this allows you to get 10% toughness on each hit with that heavy swing. And that's for each kill. So it should stack up to about 50%. Minimum if you're hitting 5 enemies, or if you're hitting 1 enemy, it's at least 10%. It's totally up to you if you want to run this or Bleed for the Emperor. I like Bleed for the Emperor because we are doing a slight investment into Martyrdom, which gives us more damage on the back end. But also then, that way if they hit us for a wound, we aren't actually taking a lot of damage. Next we have Stun Storm Grenades. Now the reason why we have these grenades is because we are a support build for Zealot. So these are really good in case we get swarmed. We can throw these at our feet, stun all the big enemies, because Hordes really aren't going to be an issue with this build. It's really the bigger enemies, like a pack of Crushers or a pack of Maulers or a pack of Bulwarks with Crushers, anything like that. You can throw the Stun Storm Grenade down. You can use the other abilities we'll cover later, and it helps your team kind of, push back and cover for this, and then you can regroup to deal with the Horde and then move on. Now we go down into melee damage boost. I'm going to go all the way to the right first. So we have Toughness Boost, and we have Toughness Damage Reduction. But then we have Dance of Death, which for a shotgun on dodge, we get a spread reduction, which is really good if you need to pinpoint snipe enemies from far away, or if you're trying to hit an enemy more squarely in just the head area. It helps a lot. It is something you have to get used to, though, with the shotgun, because your spread is going to be very tiny. And then we have Thy Wrath Be Swift. I love this ability since it allows us to just go uninterruptible when enemies are swinging at us and hitting us, and we can keep swinging back and don't have to deal with backing up first to get room to swing or to do any type of interaction. So I love this one, but if you were to remove these 3 talents, there's another tree route you can go, which I will cover later. And then coming back to the left, we have more movement speed, we have Until Death, and we have Holy Revenant. I love both of these because this is just an excellent thing for Zealot to have in case you make a bad play for some reason, or you mess up, or you get unlucky, whatever it is, or you take a big hit. Maybe a teammate backed up into you dodging an attack, and then they essentially baited the attack into you, and you take the hit instead. This is a good way to prevent yourself from getting one shot, and then you can recover up to amount of HP, so that way you can take more hits again afterwards. Then we have the Emperor's Bullet. If we empty our ranged weapon, we get 30% impact strength and 10% attack speed for 5 seconds. This is kind of a nothing perk, to be honest. Just because of the 5 seconds to get the weapon out and then to start swinging the melee weapon, it's kind of hard to do. I'll show you real quick here. You really don't get a lot of chances with it. We can do that. We switch the weapon, we have to power it up. And then it's gone after 2 swings. Is it useful for those 2 swings? Yeah, of course. But the fact that the Relic Blade specifically itself requires a charge up, that does hurt it a little bit, but the rest of that tree is what we want because it is nice. Next, we have Unremitting, which gives us 20% sprint stamina cost. This is really good in case we need to run up to enemies to either pulse to get them off, or if we need to try to conserve our stamina. Really good, not terrible at all. And the right tree really doesn't fit with what we're going for. We don't need impact strength. We're not going for some type of CC build with the Relic Blade. We already have that built in with other aspects of our build. But then Sainted Gunslinger. Now this says 6% reload speed on melee kills, stacks 5 times. What this actually means is that on your next reload, you will have whatever the amount of stacks you have, and once you finish that reload, that's how many stacks you'll have. So for instance, if I kill 5 enemies here real quick, I'm now at 5 stacks. The stacks will not go away. As you can see, they're just chilling. If I fire a single shot though and reload, the stacks are gone. And with the double barrel shotgun, if you were to get 5 stacks and then fire both barrels, that means you have the 70% from both barrels, as well as the 30% from the reload, which gives you an extremely fast reload for a one-time shot if you want to reload your gun and be ready to engage again. Next we have going down is Beacon of Purity, just for corruption heal for allies and coherency every second. This is good in case your allies are taking corruption damage, and on the Havoc mode you can either run this or Benediction if you were to run in Benediction instead, and that would give you these 3 trees actually opened up here for something else. It's up to you. I like it for this build though, just in case I'm with my teammates. I'm making sure that they're not taking any corruption damage, so unless they're actually going down, they're not dealing with actually having to deal with watching their health and making sure they don't stay above 1 wound of corruption. Next, we go down into toughness damage reduction again, but we have Chorus or Spiritual Fortitude or Pulse. Obviously, Banish and Light, you have to go into it. Now, here again is where you can make your choice. You can either have your allies do 20% more damage for 10 seconds, or you can have your enemy allies take 30% less toughness damage reduction for 10 seconds. I picked Holy Cause because you're already going over into the golden toughness, and then making it even harder for enemies to break your toughness afterwards gives you even more survivability, which is exactly what this build is built around, is being able to survive and keep your teammates alive. Now, you can go into Ecclesiarch's Call. It's up to you, though. Then we have toughness damage reduction again. Then we have Faithful Frenzy. Now, here, we'll pause. I told you about those 3 talents you could have gone with somewhere else. You could put 2 of them into here, going into Sustained Assault, which gives you the 20% more damage. But if we go further down, actually, there's a reason why you don't need to run Sustained Assault, unless you're trying to stay at full health the entire time as Zealot. There's actually something else you can do with Martyrdom that actually covers Sustained Assault. Again, this is up to you, unless you don't want to go into Martyrdom and you want to go either into Invocation of Death, or if you want to go into Pious Cutthroat. Invocation of Death, it does make sense if you go this route, though, because the Relic Blade does do crits, so all of this here would give you a bunch of crit chance, which would make the weapon even more insanely strong, if that's the way you want to go, unless you're going for like a tanky build. And in that case, you probably go Benediction route, and then you can either go into the Chorus, or you can go into the Fury of Faithful, but you would still have 3 extra slots, as well as if you got rid of these slots up here. Totally up to you how you'd want to build into that, if you want just pure damage, pure offensive capabilities, or more of a supportive role. However, we're running down into Faithful Frenzy because we like the attack speed, and then health boost here is good. It makes us even tankier, and then we have the 15% health on our Curios, which helps even more so. Then we have Faith's Fortitude, which gives us 2 extra wounds, so we don't even have to worry about going down too badly. And this is really good with the Bleed for the Emperor, since now each wound is going to help us take a 40% damage reduction if it is breaking that wound, meaning that we survive for even longer. Then on the right here, we have Martyr's Purpose. Since we are the support Zealot and we are trying to like tank for the team, this is really good for us because the more damage we take, the more ability reduction we have, which means then we can spam the pulse even more, making our teammates even harder to kill, and just an infinite cycle of that. Then going down here, we have Martyrdom, which is the 8% damage per missing wound, which is up to a maximum of 7. Now, we aren't a wound build, but we are going into Martyrdom. And now the reason why I said you don't need Sustained Assault before is because of Martyrdom. You do get 16% just from 2 wounds missing, which still gives you a lot of HP to work with, and you have a lot of toughness still. But then you'd have 16% swing, which is almost the exact same as Sustained Assault, which is 20%. And that'll help you still hit breakpoints with your Relic Blade killing things. And then finally, you have 1 extra perk point if you do go into Thy Wrath Be Swift. And I put it into I Shall Not Fall, which gives us even more toughness damage reduction. And the reason why I picked this is because I want to be as hard to kill as possible. The other one is also good, which gives you attack speed. But I chose 13% toughness damage reduction over 8% attack speed, as if I'm always just under 2 wounds, then I don't really care about 8%. Now, if you do go to 3 wounds, though, obviously 12% is noticeable. But again, that would put you at almost 20% toughness damage reduction as well, which I think is also really good and really useful for being a tank build. It's your call, again, which one you want, but I chose I Shall Not Fall. But otherwise, that's the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it and like it, and then I will showcase it in the video coming up.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the classics, the one I have
the
on
OG
right
ones.
now.
The second ones that came out, I don't know, it made me feel like, okay, so I feel like I'm some hobo almost. With like the gear. Oh, we got Void, okay, well now.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming.
Contact protocols require caution when dealing with individuals such as yourself, Swagger.
I can see we'll get along just famously, don't you agree?
Yes, I'm sure. May we now proceed?
Oh, he's got the last pistol. Oh, no. Yeah, I thought it'd be funny to blow a barrel up on me point blank, I guess. Yes, Diamante. I am a broke man. Please. Oh, I'll take that.
I will never tire of this sight. Strive to be worthy of it, varlets.
Boom.
Concentration stem.
Concentration stem. Wow. Actually, you know what? Fail safe. No, we're close. Ow.
Horse.
I'm coming.
I don't get why. Thank you. Just wish everyone didn't run back.
You can take the grenades.
I don't need
Oh, you have knives, right?
No, I swapped.
Oh, gotcha.
I just don't get why y'all ran. You had fire at her feet.
I didn't run. I went back to them because they were getting bodied by maulers and crushers. Well, they were not with us though at all the entire time. They were in the other room. Yeah, go ahead. Ain't nothing here. That's not a threat. I should say nothing's here. There's nothing here that is a threat. More accurate. We're fast. I'm going for it. You got it? Nice. I'm pulsing you. Whoa, nice kill.
Yep.
Big bag of ammo. I missed.
Before that
Sucked. Watch out overhead. There should be everything already. Oh, I missed the flick shot. Any ammo over here? No.
I mean, that guy's just M1 spanked. He's a gunker.
He is a gunker, yeah, and he used to shooting at everything that moves. I noticed that.
And that was a great waste of an ammo crate.
Man just ammo crated himself. Huh. Wow. That's insane. I missed again, man. I suck. Nope.
Really picks.
Oh, they walked into it before I could pulse it. I would have gotten it off me without stalling. I don't like this one. Nice.
Another kill closer to your salvation, Psyker!
Good kill.
No fear! No retreat! Be heroes all!
I was like, oh yeah, I took my stim just now.
I would appreciate knowing how you discovered the location of this Foundryplex.
I have my ways. I hear so many interesting stories.
Oh my god, the game freaks out when I hit him with my gun.
Yep.
My endeavors are not a suitable topic for conversation.
I stand humbled and chastened.
How bad's it gonna be?
Proceed and tread with reverence. This relic is beyond your comprehension.
Monsters exploded! Ambush the kindred!
Yeah, so much for a horde. Dead in seconds. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that either. Huh? What's up? Heck? Ow. I took an overhead somehow that missed me.
This is a trap, isn't it?
The Psyker is down!
I'm not using it though.
I don't know how he blew up
Yeah.
as a gunker.
Is it impossible to blow up as a gunker or just very hard?
You're not using anything to use warp. You're a gunker.
Oh.
You're using a gun. He had to have blown up using a sail or. You and him take it.
Are there multiple charges?
There's two.
There's
Three,
three.
actually.
Ow. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna cure my corruption anyways. You can take it. I already got one. It's not fair.
It would have been nice to have grenades.
You would wish. I'm looking for you.
Up! This way!
Yes, please, more diamante. Nice. 250. We're looking good. We're looking good. I don't like this spot. I don't like the spot. I can push it off. Maybe. I can't push it off if it goes up there.
Just fight him up here. We're fine.
No, I know. I'm fine with it. I'm saying if I want to push it, if I can't do it, then I'll feel it. Alright, I'm killing all the guys first. Hey, power up. Hello?
This is the appointed hour. Let the ritual of awakening begin.
There we go. Oh, my frames! Yes, give me more shotgun.
Error localized. The failure point is located somewhere above you. Attend. Regress.
Alright, we need to go.
To the mid station!
Tiger isn't here anymore.
The old girl doesn't want to wake up, does she?
I do not care for your levity.
Which places you in abundant, if not necessarily discerning company. I shall endeavor to survive.
This guy's such a smart ass.
We've a pockfucker, mother!
Ice Builder has invaded Russia. Rectify. At once.
We're eating this up! Heretic raiders dead and gone!
Oh my god. There we go.
My duty, and nothing more.
That is so insane too that the weapon blocks when you power it up, which is actually so good. That was very quick. You take him, you take him. I still have 2, and mine are more for emergencies, anyways.
Mysteries of the Omnissiah. Let us call forth Novian steel.
If I control the team to start things moving, I'll handle the rest from the control room here.
Alright, now we AFK for a little bit.
Steady, Patson!
Yeah.
Kill it after.
I love that these common enemies are keeping up with me right now. I'm sprinting. Gotta win.
Right over there.
Oh, I've been over here the entire time. Alrighty, yeah, take this. Yes. There we go. Heading back over here now. Oh, everyone. Ooh, shotgunners. My favorite. Okay, we gotta play hide and seek now. Marco Polo. God, Emperor, be with me.
Oh. I'm gonna get lit up now.
There you go, hopefully that helps.
I mean, a bit. I just don't get why the Gunter just refused to cover me when I'm carrying the thing.
I can't tell you. I wasn't watching, I was killing a horde. I'm with you though, I got your back. At least you're in the Medicaid though, I put down over there.
Still wasted until death.
True. Alright, you got it?
I'm covered, yeah. I'm coming over. I don't know where you're at if you're down there already. Right down there.
I think this guy just wants kills, to be honest with you.
No.
We should be good though, that should be the end of it. So usually 3 of them total.
Yeah, no, he's just been sitting up here killing when we've done all the objectives.
Shall be put to good use.
Oh, they're both gunkers.
Aha! I did it. I was stalling for the celerity stim or whatever it is, or serenity stim, stinky stim, and it got me my penance. So I was just stalling for a second so it would finish.
Nice.